What's up, grinders? It's the country CEO back again. I got a question for you. If you have a dump truck, where can you work that dump truck year round? I thought about it. That's a good question. I got answers. Stay tuned. Got a dump truck, need to work, can't find work. Where am I going to work it? How can I work it year round? Those are pondering thoughts. I got answers for you. Here we are. You got a dump truck. What are some jobs that you can work that dump truck year round, trying to keep the wheels rolling, trying to keep revenue coming in, trying to take care of your family, keep everything going copacetic and in good order, right? That's the challenge of the dump truck business. I got answers for you. Well, let's jump into it. First thing, one of the jobs that you can work on that will work you year round, obviously, will be one that's a 2-3 year contract, right? What am I saying? If you've gotten in on a job, interstate road job, which typically, if it's a big road project, it'll last 2 or 3 years, you're going to work every day. You're going to work year round, at least for a while. Happened to me a couple years ago. Got up on a major project of road construction, a 10-mile project, total reconstruction, 4 lanes of traffic. And we worked on that job nonstop for 3 years. They did take a break during Christmas week. They took a break during New Year's week. But man, when I tell you, we worked every day. We worked at night a bunch. We worked weekends. We rolled hard on that job. We worked so much on that job daily and nightly at times and weekends that when they said they wanted to take a day off, we was like, hallelujah, you're not going to get no complaints out of us, right? So the answer to that, first answer to the question is that if you in a job that's 2 to 3 years is going to last any substantial time, you're going to work every day. Because one of the things that happens on contract jobs like that is that the contractor has a certain amount of days to get that job done. After those days expire, that contractor gets penalized by the state for each day that they are late. And when I come to tell you, it's not pennies either. Some of those jobs, those contractors can get penalized anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 a day. So trust me, every day that contractor can work, he or she is going to want to work. So you want to get on those big jobs like that, especially road construction, that is going to take 2 to 3 years to complete, because you are going to work year round. Now, obviously, weather permitting, if it's a snowstorm, you can't work. If it's a rainstorm, you can't work, right? But trust me, on those type jobs that have time limits on them, I have seen this happen. I've seen it rain one day, torrential rain. And them folks get out there, they've called me and say, hey, look, give us a chance to get the dozer and the broom, and we're going to dry it up for about 3 hours. Y'all be over here for 10 o'clock. Right? And we're going to work late to make up the 8 hours. And we'll work to 8 o'clock that night, or 6 o'clock rather, to get them 8 hours, right? So a contract, 2 to 3 contract year job is going to be a job where you can work year round, right? All right. Second thing, place type job that you can work year round on would be hauling limestone, right? Limestone is a job that can be done in the rain. I have hauled limestone in the rain, right? Particularly, specifically, I'm speaking of offloading barges off the river. Or I don't know if you got an industrial canal where you stay, but look for your limestone yards, because what happens is limestone is transported on barges on the river, right? Here in Louisiana, the Mississippi River runs right down through where Baton Rouge is, which is where the closest city where I'm at. And so that's the way limestone comes in. We got 2 or 3 limestone yards in Baton Rouge. And so limestone comes from Kentucky, Tennessee, those places, Missouri, right? And it just comes straight down Mississippi River. And guess what? The way that they get the limestone on the yard, the stockpile, you got to have dump trucks, right? And so if it's like lightning and thundering real badly, we have offloaded barges in the rain, right? In the cold. That doesn't stop that, right? So limestone, specifically offloading barges of limestone off the river or in industrial canal, wherever how they get it into your area, that's going to be a place that's going to work year round or has the potential of working year round, right? Demolition companies that do tearing out. They might tear out concrete, tear down houses, things of that nature. If it's not, again, torrential rains or lightning, that's something that even if it rained you out that day, boom, you'll go back the next day. When you're tearing out concrete, that's demolition or tearing down houses, buildings, brick and all that kind of stuff. You can haul that stuff, in the rain, day after a rain, right? All right. And so another year-round job that I'm a big fan of that I'm actually doing right now is asphalt. Right? Get in with these asphalt companies because asphalt is going to go the next day after a rain. Asphalt, only stipulation when it's cold with asphalt in here in Louisiana, it has to be 40 degrees and rising, right? And if they look at that forecast and they see that it's going to be 40 degrees at 8 o'clock, they're going to work, right? If it's a hard freeze in the 20s and that temperature is not going to get up above 40, they're not going to go. But if that temperature is going to get up above 40 degrees, asphalt is going to go. We flock to the asphalt companies, particularly in the wintertime, slow season, cold season like now. Currently, right now, that's what my truck is working at every day, right? This week here, yesterday and today, we work. Yesterday was Monday, today is Tuesday. We're set to go out tomorrow, again, on asphalt, right? And so you got the milling when you're cutting the road up. That's something that I've seen, if it ain't lightning and thundering, done in the rain, year round, right? Asphalt, year round, right? So asphalt companies is definitely a place you want to flock to work year round. And I took it to be that question that was asked, because this was a subscriber question, is that you're speaking of where you're going to be able to work at when it gets slow, right? Or in the cold season, because everybody knows typically dump truck business gets a little slow in the winter season, right? But I'm here to tell you, asphalt companies is your best bet when it gets to be this time of the year. They're going to work and work consistently. All right, and so this is what I've done, and so I'm speaking from experience when I tell you that. And so to recap what I've said, you want to look at asphalt companies, you want to look at demolition companies, you want to look at limestone yards, offloading limestone, all right, and then you want to look for jobs that it's a road project or something that's contracted over the course of a couple of years, because that contract is going to have a certain amount of time to get that job done, which means he or she is going to be trying to work as much as possible. They're not going to be about taking too many days off. And if they got rained out, they're going to be doing their best to try to get back in and on that job as soon as possible. All right. And so I hope that I've answered this question adequately. Which the question was jobs that will keep dump trucks working year round. Obviously, weather does play a factor in the dump truck business. But I've also said to you in getting started in the dump truck business in one of my other videos that if you take care of your money, you're going to make the money during hustle and bustle time. That as long as you take care of your money, a couple of days off during the winter is not going to hurt you, right? All right, but there are companies that can work you through the winter time. There was a time several years ago, man, I never shall forget, and I know it was by the grace of God, that I offloaded. The company I worked for had 30 barges of limestone that they needed to unload. You can only do 3 or 4 a day. And when I tell you I worked about 10 days straight offloading barges of limestone, and it rained about 5 of those 10 days, and we worked every single day. And I had a couple of my friends call me and say, hey man, do you realize you're the only one working in Baton Rouge? I say, really? I had 3 trucks at the time. I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, man, everybody else is at home. He said, you are the only one working in Baton Rouge in the whole city. And I was like, wow. I was like, God, thank you, So You never know how that thing is going to shape up. You know, the potential is there. Don't be scared and don't be afraid about the slow season. I've weathered it for 20 years. And if I can do it, you can too. All right. So this is the Country CEO. And as I always like to part in saying, if you want to grind, you want to shine, you got to grind. All right. That's what it's going to take for you to put in work. And if you put in work, you will be successful in the dump truck business. If this video has been acceptable to you and been valuable to you, hit the like button, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, share this with one of your homies or one of your homegirls, and I'm sure they'll be glad that you did. Peace.